Masked Singer fans, huge spoilers ahead. Here is every single clue explained for the mad scientist monster, Brian Kelly. We immediately saw an orange on his costume, a nod to Florida Georgia Line, and he talked a lot about reinventing himself and finding his purpose. He claimed that scouts wanted to recruit him for their team when we saw this fast speed gun, which makes sense because Brian Kelly played baseball at Florida State University, but he was sidelined and spent more time on the bench than the field, which led him to start writing music. We saw bass, and Brian was the lower voice, or bass, in Florida Georgia Line. And he talked about reintroducing himself in a way that fans have never seen him before, as a solo artist. In the clues, he talked about meeting his now wife at a Friendsgiving and then reconnecting on a summer day, which is true of Brian Kelly's love story with his wife. Then we saw this grandfather clock with thumbs up, a nod to Florida Georgia Line album, Here's to the Good Times. We saw a sandcastle for Brian's nickname, Beach Cowboy, and a cruise ship for the Florida Georgia Line song Cruise. He claimed to have won the same award as BTS and Backstreet Boys, which is an American Music Award, and just generally said that he won a lot of awards in the 2010s, which is true for Florida Georgia Line. We see a reference to the son, Leanne Rimes, and they were both featured on the album Nashville Outlaws, a tribute to Motley Crue. Mad Scientist talked about how he didn't do it alone, but it didn't last forever, which is obviously the story of Florida Georgia Line. Then we saw this truck for their song New Truck. He said that he's performed with someone from season 4, and that was Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys on the song God, Your Mama, and Me. He also claimed to have shared the stage with Keith Urban, which Brian did at CMA Fest in 2014. We saw this Tennessee flag colossal clue, and Brian went to Belmont University in Nashville. He mentioned being way younger than Ken, and Brian Kelly is 16 years younger than him. Then we saw Summer Break on a calendar, which could be a nod to their songs Summer Jam or Summerland. We saw 4 nights on a chessboard, which is pointing to their song Every Night. Then his wife mentioned being orphaned as a teenager, and Brian's wife Brittany was orphaned at 17 years old. He talked about being known for party anthems, which Florida Georgia Line definitely is, and when he claims to have stole something from Robin, that was the single of the year at the AMAs. Lastly, we saw 2 B's on his name tag, which is a nod to his song with BB Rexa, Meant to Be.